Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody here. I have my November kit completed and ready to share with you. I completed 12 layouts in 4 kind of insert type pages, so I'll share everything with you in a moment. But first I'm going to share what I have left. Okay, and what I did, if you haven't been watching my videos, for the last couple months, at the beginning of the month I've been creating a stash kit, and then I use it throughout the month, and then at the end of the month I share what I made and what I have left. Now, as you can tell, I have a lot left because I add a lot more than I really need to my kits, but I like having variety. And last month I almost ran out of everything, so I wanted to make sure I had extra this month. Now this is going to change a little bit. This is my last stash kit for a little while. I'm going to do something different in December and do something different in the beginning of 2016. I have an idea for 2016, but I'm kind of waiting for all the details to come out. And then this is actually, we're already in December by the time this video is going to go up, because I actually have a couple different things I want to share with you. So I'm going to just let the videos continuously upload until I get into my my new thing that I'm starting in January, but I'm going to use December kind of to wrap up this November kit, also do a couple projects that I have for December, and start my January stuff. So stay tuned. I still plan on posting at least 3 times a week. I may actually have to bump that up because I have a lot of different process videos to share with you. So anyways, stay tuned, keep watching, subscribe so you can see the new videos coming out. Okay, so let's get into it. This month I had blues, greens, and grays as my colors. I started with, let me just empty this. I took apart my iris container, the top and the bottom, just so I can kind of have a tray. Now I know you can buy the inserts, but it was fine just to take the lid off because it just really literally stacks right on top. Okay. Alright. So, take this out. Alright, so I started with 19 12 by 12 sheets, 2 8.5 by 11, 3 specialty papers, and basically three bits of scraps. I have a sticker stuck to me. Alright, so this is what I have left. I have 1 8.5 by 11 sheet, only 2 full 12 by 12 sheets. This one is almost full, so we're going to count that as full. So basically 3 full 12 by 12 sheets, and then a couple major pieces of scraps. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So I still probably could have done 2 more layouts, but I was done with this kit. I created enough, and I'm ready to kind of get moving on what my next stuff is. So I've been keeping this little bag with just all my little bits of scraps. And I mean, I literally have kept everything, all the little bits, because I wanted to show you what I had left. So a lot of these things, I'll keep those. But a lot of these things can end up going in the trash. I'll keep all the border strips, I always do. Piece of that corrugated paper left. So I have some scraps left, not a ton. These are going to go in the trash can. Let me do that right now. So I mean, I have some scraps left, but I think I did pretty good to go from 19 full sheets to down to about 3. And then I still have 3 full sheets of specialty paper, and all I really have left of that specialty paper is this and this. I mean, that's about it. This has kind of a gloss on it, but I mean, that's about everything I have left. And then I have a little bit more scraps than what I started with, but I did pretty good. And then I have this little journaling piece. This was actually, I didn't count this as a paper, I don't think. I counted this kind of as an embellishment because it was a piece out of a notebook. So anyways, that's what I have left. I'm very pleased with that. My goal in my stash kits is not necessarily to get rid of stuff, though it is to finish packages, because I don't want to have packages with only one thing left. But my goal is really to utilize my supplies, whether it's things I've had in my stash for a long time or things that I haven't had in my stash for a long time. So I just want to be able to use it. I have these bits left. Of course, I have the thread and all the washi tapes, and then a ribbon. And I'll show you what I used up, because I did use up a good couple of things. I still have all of these little bits. I used a lot. But I have some cameras, of course, tags. I did use the frame that went with this. Well, most of it. I'm going to throw this away. I have such a hard time with this. I'll keep the make, but I'm going to throw this away. I don't need that. Little bits. I'll keep all this. Excuse me. Throw that away. I typically keep all the little bits of everything just because I'll use it. But things like this, I struggled with it. I'm going to throw it away. I'm not going to use it. But you can see I still have a good amount. I cut up a bunch of these actually, but I'll keep them in my with my Project Life stuff. Even though they're not 3x4, 4x6, I actually store these with my Project Life because that's when I typically use it. Alright. And then here are all my stickers, and I used them, but I didn't use them up. As you can see, I still have this envelope. I couldn't figure out how to use it. I used one of the bags. I had two of them. I did use the doilies, though, I believe. I have all my alphas still. I just used them. I still haven't used that one, but... Now this one is going to eventually be difficult to use because I have some U's, some Y's, and some E's, but I don't have that many consonants left. I pulled out a lot, as I always do. I didn't use this at all. Pull out a lot, but these, like this is difficult to make a title with because I don't have a whole lot. No S's, a few E's, no A's. So that one's a little bit difficult to use. So I always pull out a lot of different options. Just to kind of see. I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to have to constantly go in my stash to look for things. But I do want to have a small selection of my supplies at hand. Now, I pulled this out because I really thought I was going to scrapbook some basketball photos because I did have some, but I never got around to those, so that never got used. This I'm very pleased. I used a lot off of the sticker sheet. Still a lot left, but I did use a lot. And then I used these some. And I'll show you my layout. You'll be able to see it all. Just piling them up on the floor. Now I have my 6x6 paper pad. I used it, of course, and I do keep the scraps of this one in here, so all the papers are coordinated. I have my Project Life cards. I use some of them, but I still have a lot. Still have a lot of everything. Oh, I have an L here. I'll have to put that back on the sticker sheet. My doilies, my Dear Lazy sticker book, my vellum quotes. This I have pulled out, but I was using it more so for foam adhesive, so I still have that, of course. This. I only have a few of these left. This is actually almost empty. I think I have 3.5 because that's been cut. This is almost done. I have 2 stickers left on it, which I actually have some beach photos, so I might have that. And then of course I have these. I used a few of these. Not a whole lot, but a few. Alright, so let me tell you what I did use up. I have my little bag of empties here so I can kind of remember. And I did make a list. So I used up... Excuse me, my nose is running. I had jalapenos with lunch today and it's just, my nose has been kind of running since then. I have this Photo Freedom, Echo Park Photo Freedom Volume 1 label stickers. Totally gone. I had some blue labels from Recollections. There were 4 and I used them all. Those are gone. I had a dark gray polka dot ribbon, which is completely gone, but it was here as an American Crafts. I had all twine and ink puffy stickers, which were these. Those are gone. I had a couple doilies, those are gone. I had some washi tape that I used up a full roll. I didn't bring the spool in here, but I use washi tape for a lot of things, and I used up one complete one this month. I had some rub-ons that were from Studio Calico, and I believe they were from Twine and Ink as well, like Twine and Ink for Studio Calico. I don't know exactly, but I don't have them anymore. And I'll show you, I use them on my layouts. I don't have anything to show for them. I use this LA Studio Sienna sticker sheet, totally gone. And then I used this light blue American Crafts ribbon, and that's kind of an example of what it was, because it's still stuck to the spool. So anyways, I'm very pleased. I mean, that's a good amount of things that I used up out of my stash. Again, I'm not necessarily trying to use things up to throw them away, but I am trying to use, if I only have 2 stickers left, I want to use them. So I have that one sticker sheet with 2 stickers on it, so I'll probably leave those out just kind of at the forefront of my supply stash so I can try to use it up, because I don't want to keep this around if there's only one little sticker on it. I do want to try to use it. So all of that is going in the trash. Now let me show you what I made. Alright, let's see. I have them in backwards order, so I'm going to flip them over. First I have this one, and there are process videos for every single one of these. This one is Round and Round We Go. Has a photo collage here. Oh, my tool of choice this month was stitching, and I didn't show you that because obviously I have all of that left, but I use stitching a lot here this month. Not in every layout, but I did use it a lot. I love how these LA Studio labels and stickers complement this page. There's stitching here, obviously here and here, and these are those puppy stickers that I said I got rid of, or that I completed. Next we have Happy Day. This is layout number 2 with this kit. It's layout number 69 for the year. Here's some of that corrugated paper here, and there's some stitching here and around here. And these are those My Mind's Eye Cupid's Arrow number 12 or something, that sticker sheet. Those. This is So Nervous. This is one of those rub-ons that I said I used up. And, oops, there you go. There's stitching here. The title is stitched. I have some star sequins. I had to adhere these with the glue gun because they're so dimensional, like I'd have to put a foam dot behind it in order to keep it still. Alright, and there is a doily here. And it's these are photos. Oh, that is not supposed to be curved. Hang on. Like, wait a second. Oh gosh. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm confused. What happened? Sorry. Like, wait, that's not right. Supposed to be lined up. That's why it's wrong looking. That's not right. There we go. That's better. It's kind of a grid layout. Okay, sorry, got sidetracked. So these are photos of when Kaylin got his face painted, and it's kind of in chronological order. And this one's my favorite because he's giving Ernest a kiss, so I put fave there. And here's the end result down here. And I put Our Tiger Baby. First time getting his face painted. I think this might be my favorite one. I really like the colors. The shirt matches the background paper. I just really like this one. The next one is layout number 4 for the kit, and it's called Adore You. And it is the complement page to this one. It's Adore You, and I use these stickers from the LA Studio sticker sheet, the Sienna set. And I used this frame, and I backed it with a piece of grid paper, and then wrote my journaling. Use some tags up here. Really like that, and the stitching is all around the outside. This is that dark gray polka dot ribbon that I used up. Alright, this is the 5th one, and it's called And Worn Out at the End of the Night. And the way it reads is, Every boy should be 1, wild with energy, 2, crazy beyond measure, 3, excited about adventures, 4, dirty after a few minutes outside, and then 5, curious about anything unknown, and then it put, and worn out at the end of the night. So the title is Worn Out at the End of the Night, but it reads like that. I just like this. This is at the end of the Freedom Festival that we were at, and you know, it's nighttime, so I put these stars here. And it says, you know, here's Kaylin, and he's, good gracious, what is the deal? Oh. You know what I'm going to do? My photos are moving. That's frustrating. I'm going to put some Tombow Mono on the back of this. Where do I want to put this? Here we go. That has like a glittered background, so it didn't stick very well. So hopefully that should take care of the problem. Gracious, having glue issues. And I made like a diagonal border at the bottom here, and that's where my title is. I really like how that looks. Alright, then the next one is Love Us. So this one, I had a scrap of, or a piece of this gray, but it wasn't a full 12 by 12, and this white strip is the border strip. So what I did is I backed it on a piece of white cardstock and made like a 1-inch border over here. So I like the way that looks. And I did stitching here and at the top. I made a little banner here. And this is my one true love, Love Us. And then I thought this was perfect because it was a 4th of July festival, so I got the 4 highlighted. And I did put the date here. Alright, then we have my 7th layout, which is Pirate Lagoon. And I really like this one. I actually got a lot of, not this one. I got a lot of good feedback last month on a grid pattern that I did. Not that I didn't get good feedback on this one, but the one I'm thinking of in my head was last month. I had a grid pattern like this, and so I decided to repeat it, but in a different pattern. I think it was a heart, maybe? I can't remember exactly which one it was, but anyways, I like the squares, and I used a lot of different things. These are some cards, some scraps, some tickets that I glued together, etc. And this was, would love to learn how to, and then be a pirate. This is a picture of Kaylin. I don't know if you can actually see that very well, but this is a picture of him inside of a pirate ship that's in a kids museum here. And I just did a 5x7 photo. I don't do a lot of large photos, but I think I'm liking it. Alright, then I did 2 Project Life spreads, and this is my January 2014 Part 1 page, and I love this title card. And it said this something, and I covered it with January, and then I put 2014. Love this title card. Love this title. I can't tell you how much I love that. So that's what made the color scheme for the rest of the layout. I really like how this spread turned out. Sometimes I feel like my Project Life is a little mishmashed and not quite so cohesive, and this was perfectly cohesive for me. Really loved it. And I used the extra little strip of that down here, and I tried to use multiple things, you know, the ampersand with the same little journaling spot up here. I tried to use coordinating things throughout. And then here's the second part. Oh, actually, I did another page in between. I did this one, which is a similar way as this one, with the gray in the center and the white border strips. I did the same type of thing here, but I did a little bit of arrow stitching up here. Oh, I just realized I didn't stitch across. Oh well, it's not going to get stitched. And then down here as well. And it says, "You're my favorite dude," but the title is The Little Snow Boy. Because he was a little snow boy. And I used a lot of strips and washi tape and just different ribbon to kind of make my horizontal lines. And then I did my photo this way. and it's Walking in a Winter Wonderland. I really like this. This was Kaylin's first big snow, when it was actually snow that you could kind of walk around in, and he was old enough to really know what it was. Alright, and then I did the second part of my January 2014 Project Life Spread, and again, I tried to make it as cohesive as possible. I have a harder time with some of the cell phone photos because they're darker. This is before I upgraded my cell phone too, so it's a little bit grainier, so I use them though. I mean, I'm definitely going to use them because that's what I have. But I have a little bit of a harder time with that. I like the first one better. I like this one better. But this one is not bad at all. And I used actually, this was more pinks, teals, and reds, and this is more blues, grays, and reds. And they're not going to be facing each other actually in my album. I'm going to have 12 by 12 layouts in between them. But anyways, you get the idea. Two more. This is family game night, and I had fun with a lot of little scraps to make different layers here on the sides. I mean, a lot of them. And because I had 3 large photos, I knew it was going to take up the majority of my layout. So, and then I took 2 Uno cards because this is about us playing Uno as a family. So this is family game night. So I took 2 little cards and put them in the little paper bag that I have. They don't come out; they're glued down, but it's there. And this is a big deal because we play games together, but it's a hard time. It's hard to get Ernest to play with us, and he totally did. Alright, then I did 4 insert type projects before I did my final layout. So what these are, and this is not my favorite photo of myself at all, but what this is this was on my graduation day from college. My group, I graduated with with a degree in social work. There were only 12 of us, I think, in my graduating class. Maybe not even that many. Maybe it's 7. I can't remember if it's 7 or if it's 12 or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Point is, it was a small group. And so we did photos. We had our photos made, and we did these mats where it had congratulations, and then we each signed each other's mats, photo mats. And then I had, my family sign it as well. There's my mom and dad, there's my sister, here's my other sister and her husband. My dad actually wrote another one because he didn't realize my mom had already written one, which things like this are extremely special to me, especially since I don't have my dad anymore. This is from my best friend Jessie. Funny enough, I don't think my husband wrote anything on here. But either way, I like this. Don't like the photo, but I like the concept. And it just says graduation day, and it has December 1, 2007. So these are things that I've had that I want to get in my album. I don't necessarily need to scrapbook them per se. I just wanted to embellish a little bit. So this is a large heart doily, and what this is, there was a little girl in Kaylin's class that's from China, and her name's Sophie. And she at the beginning of the year, she didn't speak very much English at all, like very much at all. And so, I mean, it was a struggle for her at the beginning of the year, but by the end of the year, she really had bonded well with the other children. So her and her grandfather took these doilies, and for the Valentines, when they were exchanging Valentines, she wrote, to each of the children, and then her and her grandpa wrote love, and at least that's what it says it is. I'm assuming that's what that is, in the Chinese characters. So it says, this calligraphy is done by Sophie and her grandpa, and then it has stamped with her name, and a little Arial stamp, which is cute. And it was to Kaylin, so I put sweet friend, and then it just says, such a sweet, unique Valentine from a sweet little girl in Kaylin's preschool class. And that's all it is. I just thought that was really special. I mean, what a unique thing to do. And then I had 2 things, and I've had these since I was subscribed to Studio Calico. This was actually just an ad for a class that they were offering. You can actually see on the back. And then this was actually a print on a nice thick piece of cardstock. And this is a quote, and it just says, we are all travelers in the wilderness of this world, and the best we can find in our own travels is an honest friend. Robert Louis Stevenson. So I thought that was nice. I put a few, like tickets, like travel tickets. And then I put date any, because it doesn't matter. It applies at all times. And then I'll put this in there as well. And they're not back to back. I'll put them at separate places. It doesn't matter where it goes in my album. But sometimes I have small inserts, and so I'll use these as the opposite side. Just like I said, it doesn't matter where it goes in my album, but these will be what I can use on the opposite side of some small inserts I have. So it didn't matter what size it really was. This says, "Dreams are for chasing." K. Bartesky. And so I put "so lovely and beautiful," and I did some doilies that I cut out of some paper in the corners. And then I put a bunch of little word stickers. "Find your courage, follow your dream, dare to be different, to the dreamer everything is possible, and dare to be yourself." Thought those all applied. And then lastly, I have the 12th layout. By the way, these have just been kind of sitting under this table. I have some shelves under here. These have just been sitting there waiting for me to do something with, so it was really nice to get them in here. And I had some papers like this that I wasn't sure how to use. And they had some nice little white splatter already on them, so I thought it would be nice just to include it. And then this is my last layout, and this one's called "Spoon Shoveling." Oh, there's my L. Alright. This is where the L came from. As soon as I finish this video, these are going in my scrapbook, so there won't be any issues of things falling off anymore. They have been handled quite a lot, actually. I move them, I stack them on a shelf, and then I move them when I do the photos, and then I move them again when I do the voiceovers, and then they end up getting moved again whenever anybody wants to look at them. Because I always want to show my family, and then they get moved again whenever I do this last video. So they've been moved quite a lot, and now it's time to put them in the album so they won't be handled, at least directly handled, anymore. So this is called "Spoon Shoveling." And it says, "You make me happy when skies are snowy," and it did say gray, but I just put the snowy over that. And so the story behind this, and I have like "Sweetest Thing," and I have the rest of the arrow up here. "My beautiful world," a little sticker that says "chill." And I put "funny little boy," and then I wrote the story. So what this is, Kaylin really wanted to help me clean off the car because I ended up having to go to work this day. Everything else was shut down, but I had to go to work this day, so I had to get out of the driveway, and our car was completely covered in snow. It doesn't look like this here because we've already been moving things around, but we had a couple inches of snow, which is a lot for North Carolina. I mean, that's a lot. We shut down at a couple inches. Like, you don't go anywhere. But anyways, I had to go, and he really wanted to help me clean off the car, so he went and got a big spoon, like a plastic stirring spoon, from the kitchen and was helping me clean off the car. So that's what this is, "spoon shoveling." So anyways, and I did a lot of little enamel dots around to kind of mimic the snow that was coming down, because I believe it was still snowing at this point. But so that is everything with my November kit. Stay tuned. I have a lot coming up for the rest of December, and hopefully some really exciting things starting in January. I want to start doing a monthly giveaway, probably starting in February, because it's going to be related to what I do in January. So please subscribe. It's going to be eligible to subscribers only for the giveaways. So please subscribe. Like this video, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and then please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you about things you'd like to see, anything you like, you know, whatever you have to say. I just like to hear from you guys. Alright, well, thanks for joining me today, and enjoy your day.